and welcome to Free Counties Amdram TV's video magazine Green Room. I'm Hetty, your host, and I'll be talking to our guests on the programme and generally keeping things together. For this edition, we're going to concentrate on our mini festival of new writing, which we're staging in September. We'll be meeting some of the authors, directors and actors who'll be involved, and of course, letting you know how you can get tickets and take part. To start off, here's our festival organiser David to tell you more about it.
Thanks, Hetty. The mini-festival for one night only is just another aspect of our overall aim, which is to popularise all aspects of non-commercial theatre. For one night only is mainly about the writers, giving them an opportunity to showcase their work. But there's also a chance for new actors and directors to hone their skills before an audience. All we ask of you, our potential audience, is that you take a small risk or a leap of faith that you will be entertained. A small risk, but an essential one, because without you, a play cannot live. We've selected 4 very interesting and quite diverse short plays for you to enjoy in one evening. The mini-festival will be on stage at the Market Theatre Ledbury on the 2nd of September and at the Melville Centre, Penny Pound Abergavenny, on the 9th of September. We're all looking forward to seeing you on one of those evenings, or maybe even both. Thanks, Hetty. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now let's hear from a few of those who are involved in the show. Sitting with me is Trudy, who is the author of New Neighbours. Perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself, Trudy, and tell us a bit about your play.
Hello, I'm Trudy May Jones, and New Neighbours is my first short play. It's a monologue featuring a character called Dottie, who loves putting the world to rights, along with the help of her pet parrot, Jerry.
And you're also directing, and never first.
I am. It will be a bit of a challenge, but as long as Dottie keeps Jerry the parrot under control, I think we should be fine.
Thanks, Trudy. Now here is Nastasia Parker to talk about her play, A Night at the Armoured Cars Subdivision. Welcome, Nastasia.
Thanks, Hetty. Good to be here.
An interesting title. What should audiences be expecting? Not too much about armoured cars, I'm guessing.
Not in the literal sense, no. The title comes from Elizabeth Bishop's poem Sleeping Standing Up, with the line, "The armoured cars of dreams contrive to let us do so many a dangerous thing. When we dream, we sometimes explore deeper desires and memories than we would normally dare to. So the Armoured Cars Subdivision is a secret government agency that takes advantage of that by spying on people's dreams to solve crime."
And you too are directing your own play. Is this a first for you?
I directed a scene for a class at university and really enjoyed it. It links well with writing because as writers we consider motivation, tone and setting and that sort of thing. It also gives me the chance to work with a great cast without having to get on stage myself.
And of course, David, we mustn't forget you also have a play in the mini-festival.
That's right, Hetty. We'll be presenting my one-act play, Can Malone Die?
Which is all about a fictional character who refuses to let his awful kill him off. Is that right?
Yep, that's it. I became intrigued by the story of how Conan Doyle tried to kill off Sherlock Holmes, but public demand wouldn't let him. And also how characters such as James Bond and Hercule Poirot, they live on in new stories after the death of their original creators. Well, I started to speculate on what would happen if a similar threatened character should put in an appearance.
So, can Malone die?
You'll just have to see the play, and maybe you'll find out.
Enigmatic, eh? Well, thanks, David. Now finally we can hear from not only the director of Hanging Henry, Christopher Marshall, but also Heather, who will play Fiona, wife of Henry, of the play's title. Welcome, Chris and Heather.
Hi. Hello.
Chris, unlike your other authors, Susan French has chosen not to direct a play. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that Susan thinks that it can be beneficial for an author to step back from their work and let another mind work with the material. I agree with her that this makes a lot of sense, I've developed a good working relationship with Susan and have directed her work before. A lot of what goes on in the theatre is heavily dependent on trust.
And Chris, tell us about Hanging Henry. What should our audience expect?
A good evening's entertainment from an enjoyable drama. A good story, well told, with strong characters and some gripping moments of suspense, all brought to life by our excellent cast of actors. This is Susan's best play to date, and I'm very pleased that she has asked me to direct it.
And now, Heather, I understand you're playing a long-suffering wife. I'm right, aren't I?
Quite right. Henry is a very difficult man to live with, and it's his attitude to life that drives the action of the play and all the other characters' motivations. Without giving too much away, he is the author of his own demise.
Thanks, Chris and Heather. Now here's a reminder of the programme for one night only. We have New Neighbours by Trudy May Jones, A Night at the Armoured Car Subdivision by Nastasia Parker, Can Malone Die by David Pollard, and Hanging Henry by Susan French. All of these plays will be presented at the Market Theatre Library on the 2nd September, Melville Centre, Abergavenny on the 9th September. Tickets are now on sale, and on your screen is a note of how and where to book your seats. That's it for this time. On our next edition, we will be looking at some rehearsal shots of these plays. Bye for now.
Our email address is 3countiesAmdramTV@gmail.com, or you can find us on the web by going to www.3countiesAmdramTV.uk.